now. Um, I'm just feeling in a good educational mood tonight or something because I was not supposed to be back on here. um, so since I placed my food order and I'll be leaving to go grip my food in maybe 15 minutes. So we'll be on like a solid 20 minutes at least. And then you guys could just ride down in the car with me. So this one pretty much is an open Q&A. We're doing like another session. Tomorrow I'll give you guys like a formal class in session. I think I'm gonna do class in session like maybe 3 days a week. So the class in session one is when I really get on the board for you and all that other stuff, right? Tonight I can just do open random Q&A if you guys got questions. I know I got a lot of questions about that box trucking thing that I did last week with a video that I had started talking about the box trucking. So this is pretty much an open Q&A, guys, whatever y'all really want to talk about. Of course, if you don't start, I got something I can get started with, right? But I want to say this. In this day and age, okay, no matter what business you're interested in starting, no matter what side hustle you're interested in getting into, every single thing you need to know is pretty much within digital automation today, okay? So, what's digital automation? Digital automation is pretty much online setup, right? Systems, sales, processes, procedures, databases, right? So in this mastermind that I'm doing here in Chicago, if you're in Chicago, I just had a mastermind brunch yesterday, right? And we talked about 100 years out. The next mastermind brunch that I'm getting ready to do is really for my business owners who need to understand automation, systems, and sales, okay? In this mastermind brunch is live, right, in person. You're with me. We'll be going over a couple of different topics, but the biggest topic that I'll be discussing is systems and sales, right? I'm going to be explaining to you and showing you exactly how I made $8,860. Let me make sure I got the amount right. $8,865 to be exact in 2 weeks, literally in 2 weeks, in less than 14 days. All right. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing, really. Now, your numbers and your dollar amount will more than likely change, right? But you can literally have a product or a service that you have on automation, okay? A system that you have that I can show you, a sales funnel. That's literally all the three things that you need today in this day and age. No matter what you're selling, no matter what you're offering, it does not matter the product or service. As long as you have a product or a service that you can provide, you can do this same thing and make this same kind of money. Now, again, as I said, it's everybody's money and income is going to be different. I'm not one of them that's like, you can make 10,000 guaranteed to do this. You get what I'm saying? But if you have systems and automation and then these sales in place the way that I'm going to show you, I don't know anybody that hasn't made any money. Whether it's 1,000 in a week, 2,000 in a week, 3,000 in a week, the whole point is to create systems and sales. So I'm going to show you my blueprint, my digital automation blueprint in this mastermind that I'm hosting. So it's in Chicago. It's a live in-person event. It is a mastermind, so it's only for 20 people, okay? It's only for 20 people. The tickets are $297. It's a 3-hour event. All right. But also I have a VIP option to where you can ride in the luxury Sprinter van with me and get access to me to and from the event, right? So it's 10 people that'll get to ride in the van with me on the way to the event. And then that ticket price is $397. But the amount of what people are charging today, $10,000, $5,000 for some of these masterminds, I'm giving you guys this gang for $300, literally. And you can actually set up your system at the brunch. If you bring your computer with you, you'll be set up at the brunch. Literally, if you do what I tell you to do, you will have your system and your cell right there before you leave at 3 o'clock on that day. Okay. So, business owners, if you guys are looking to start a business, you got questions, you're not making money, you're not making sales, because I'm really sick of y'all telling me y'all got LLCs and y'all ain't making no money. Like, that don't even make any sense. Seriously. Okay. I need y'all to get to this money. I need y'all to get to understanding and knowing the value of being in business. Being in business is not a piece of paper. You going to get your LLC is not a win. Okay. If ain't nobody gonna tell you, I'm gonna be the one to tell you. That's not a win. You're winning when you're making money. Period. Point blank, period. That's when you're winning. But I'm gonna need y'all to stop getting excited about your logo, your LLC, and then you're broke and you're not making nothing, or you're struggling in your business, and you like, Patrice, I got my LLC, but I had zero income this year. No, I don't want to hear another person tell me that you made $0 this whole year, but you got your paperwork and your logo. You moving backwards. So let a real business professional, let a real tax and business strategist teach you this game and teach you to make some real money and not be excited about a piece of paper, because that's literally all y'all are out here doing, is wasting your money on an LLC if you have no game plan on how to make money. All right. Nope, there's no Zoom options. I am going to be doing other states, so I'm looking to do an event in Atlanta. I'm still trying to confirm the location that I really want to do it with. I will be in Atlanta from November 4th to November 8th, maybe up to November 9th. So I'm looking to host an event in Atlanta. But yeah, these are intimate mastermind settings. I will eventually do some type of Zoom thing or whatever, but not on these. Yeah, on these, I want you in person, because for me, I'm more focused on you guys doing the work, right? I've been teaching classes and courses for years. So I'm not real big on y'all buying a bunch of classes and courses and then y'all not doing the work. So I really want more of these masterminds that I'm hosting personally. You're in the room with the people who are doing it. Like one of the ladies who I have that's attending this November 13th event, Makita Smith, I just love her. Makita is a powerhouse, 6-figure earner. And she's created a multi-million-dollar business with systems and sales. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to ask Makita to speak a little bit at the brunch, but she'll be attending the brunch on November 13th. But yeah, guys, this is unfortunately only for Chicago people. You got to be in Chicago. You got to be in the room. Now, I got some people flying in. It just depends on what you want. I'll admit, I appreciate that. But I got 2 people flying in for this event, and they don't live in Chicago. One is in New York and one is in Florida. So sometimes you just got to come to it if you can. But yeah, don't worry about it. I'll be having more. This won't be the last one. No. So no mastermind event will be on the Zoom. No, I will never. I'm not going to say I would never do. But the masterminds that I have right now, between now and the end of the year, are all in-person settings. It's the reason why I'm doing that. Again, that's why it's the reason why I'm doing them only in-person events. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, there y'all go. I didn't see y'all was on here. YouTube was on. I'm on my cell phone, so this sucker act funny sometimes when I'm on my cell phone. Let me see y'all comments. I didn't even see y'all was in here. Wanda. So yep, I just want to let you know my student loans dripping off my credit. About to be at 100, at a 700 credit score, baby. Come on here, Mink Mob. You always on here showing testimonies around this sucker. Say drop it. Oh, you say your credit. Wait a minute. Credit score. Just want to let you know my student loans are dropping. I think you said dropping off my credit. I'm about to be at a 700, baby. I asked you about this last week and just wanted to let you know. Okay, cool. Come on. So you got them forgiven? Mink Mob, did they process your forgiveness application? Because you know they put them on hold. I got to talk about that too. Y'all government is a mess. Y'all government is a mess, baby. They done put a whole lawsuit on Biden administration where y'all got a whole halt on your student loan forgiveness. 6 Republican states. I gotta look at the video. But Shonda Martin, the credit queen girl, she got a whole video on it explaining the 6 states. But it's 6 Republican states that put this lawsuit together that halted you guys getting this student loan forgiveness. So this is why I be trying to teach you other ways to get to the bag. Because I told you, you can't depend on the government around here to give you and do nothing for you. So you got to get up off that government assistance mindset and idea. If you really want to live your best life out here, you got to figure it out, whether they're going to give it to you or not. If she say, add Charlotte to the tour. I know I'm going to do Atlanta. I definitely want to do New York. And I definitely want to probably do like, you know what? I never do come like Charlotte. Where's Charlotte? North Carolina? Yeah, I went to Myrtle Beach for the first time 2 weeks ago. I never really do the South. Not that side of the South, like North Carolina, South Carolina. I may need to look into Charlotte. I may have to see how many people I could get in Charlotte. Because it got to make sense for me to come there. You get what I'm saying? I know the bigger cities, I can probably get a decent amount of people to show up. But yeah. When I do these mastermind events, they're probably still less than 20 people. But New York, I'm definitely coming. I live in North Carolina. I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, I'm familiar with Raleigh. Well, I've heard of it. Miami, I'm probably going to be in Miami in December. So I'm planning on doing at least a 5-city tour in the next 60 days. But I know this is also, you know, what is it, holiday season. A lot of y'all trying to get these kids together and, you know, have your money for certain things. But this is the other reason why I'm trying to get your credit up, right? Why I've been talking to you about credit and credit cards and Navy Federal. You get your credit up, then you can invest a little bit more money into some of these masterminds with me and come on, tap in, get in tune, get this business rolling, be making you some money, right? That's the goal. So if we don't meet certain of y'all, don't worry. I'm hosting a conference next year in March. The first conference will be here in Chicago, but then I'm hosting another conference in June for my birthday. It will probably be in Miami. I like to go to Florida for my birthday. So then that way, again, that's something you'll have to come to me, but you'll have more time to do it. You right? So that's what we're getting together now. Pricing, packages, try to get you guys like some hotel packages and pricing. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So my first main conference is going to be in March in Chicago. It's the PPP conference, y'all, because that's what everybody know me for. The PPP lady. That's how everybody be like, oh, I remember you. You the PPP lady. So it's PPP conference, but it's not the PPP, right? It's passion to purpose to profits. So it's a swing. It's a little swing twist on it. So I'm making you think it's the PPP conference, but no. Really, we're going to be talking about this money. How you can make your passion to your purpose to making profits, okay? Because I'm so sick of y'all business owners on here talking about you ain't made no money. Okay, we finna get off that. You finna make some money this year. I have a question. All right, let's roll. That's what I was waiting on. Who got questions? QQ. I am looking to set up a cleaning company. Which do I pick to set up a meeting with you? So if it's a cleaning company, which means you're looking for business advice, my business strategy and consulting session, that's the $249 one. Now, you can do the pick my brain session, but I don't get heavy into business questions. Like it's kind of basic, kind of questions on that Pick My Brain session at 20 minutes for $77. But if you know that you're really want to get heavy into like business questions, how to start a cleaning business, what's maybe, some major questions with that, then that's the session you should be picking. Because some of y'all pick that Pick My Brain session and then think you're going to ask me 20 business questions for 20 minutes. No, that's not the right session. So Pick My Brain is kind of basic Q&A. If you just need some random kind of questions answered. But if all of your questions are business questions, you need to be booking a business strategy session. Thank you for asking that too, Trevor. Appreciate that. Sandra says, I have a question. I was on your live last week and you said that if I don't know why this keep going away. If I pay half my car note, they will not report me as late. Okay, so that's not guaranteed. Well, it is really kind of, but that's in the Uniform Commercial Code. So it's stated in the Uniform Commercial Code that if you pay over 50% of your payment, that the companies should not be reporting late on you. That's what it states. Okay. That's what I read in the Uniform Commercial Code. So that's what I was regurgitating to you. Now, whether a company may or may not still try to report you, they can very well still try to do that. But what you'll do at that point is you will direct them to that Uniform Commercial Code section, whatever that code is, section 181.079. You get what I'm saying? Wherever that was, because I read that over 10 years ago. But the code ain't changed. Believe that. All right. So that's what it is. And companies just know that you guys don't know these codes. They know that most people don't know the laws. So when you get to stating section code, section 5.1, that's part of that 609 credit letter, right? It got some of that stuff in there. When you get to start stating sections and codes of the laws and the books, then the companies have to listen to you. Because at that point, they're like, oh, shoot, this lady know what she's talking about, right? So that's how that worked. So that was my tip I was giving you was if you could not pay your full $500 car note, if you paid them $300, that's over 50% of your car note. They should not be reporting your car note late if you paid them $300. You get what I'm saying? So there you go. That's how that worked. Yes, North Carolina, my home state, is Raleigh. Okay, I've got a few of y'all Raleigh, North Carolina people on here. All right, TikTok, here I come. What time is it? 9:07. Okay, I got to leave out by 9:15 to go get my food. I have not eaten all day. I got to stop doing this. But when I do this, I eat a real meal. Go get me some salmon, some green beans. Salmon and green beans. I'm not doing no red meat. I'm off red meat. I'm really winging myself off meat, period. I want to be completely vegan in a year. And I'm only going to do fish. Salmon, grouper, whitefish. Okay, add Charlotte to the two. I may have to do Charlotte. We got a nice amount of y'all. If y'all in Raleigh, y'all could drive to Charlotte. Is Charlotte the biggest popular city in North Carolina? You know how Chicago is like the biggest city in Illinois? Like, what's the city? What's the biggest city in North Carolina? Is it Charlotte? Birmingham, Alabama. Memphis, Tennessee. You say they denied me for Navy. And yeah, you're going to have to see when you get that letter, they'll usually send you a letter or email and it'll tell you why you were denied. Pay attention to that credit letter as to why you were denied. It will tell you exactly why you got denied. Whatever that reason is, you need to fix that and work on that. Just got a question. What do you know about the trucking business? So for me, remember I shared with you guys, I'm in the trucking business, but I do box trucking and I do local. When I say local, like we're not going out of Chicago or the south suburbs. We use our box truck for a junk removal company. That's the best way I could say it. So I'm not on the load boards. I'm not using load boards. I'm not working with a dispatcher. I don't have, you get what I'm saying? So what I give you guys is like ideas and ways that you can still make money in the trucking industry, but not necessarily needing a CDL, right? Because you can go and get a 16-foot box truck today, and you could be utilizing that as a moving company, or you could be utilizing that as what we do, junk removal. It's a guy that do tires. He go around and buy and get old tires from the tire shops and stuff. I don't know exactly what he do, but I know he got a box truck. It's a little Hispanic guy. He got a box truck and he pulls up to all the tire places, and I think he get all they old tires, right? So he has a place in, a big truck to put all that stuff in. So it's a lot of different things that you can use a box truck for. I just like to give you guys different ideas outside of what you normally see, which is CDL, or having these big 18-wheelers, right? But I know a lot of people right now who got a truck and it's sitting right now because you don't know how to make no money with it. So some people got the money to buy a truck, but then it's sitting right now. We don't want that. That's not what you want, right? So, because I know it's different. Prices is up. They're not really paying much for the mileage. So, yeah. Too Chingy, if we're still on here, so business strategy sessions are $249. You get 1 hour. Yes, it's a one-on-one with me. Yes. Now, I do have a pick my brain session, which is $77 for 20 minutes. But again, that's like random basic questions, right? If you know that you want to talk to me for a full hour about a specific business topic, business idea, then yes, that would be a business strategy session. What do you think is the best way to get contracts with stores for my delivery box truck business? To get contracts with stores. That's a good one. I mean, depending on the stores, I don't know what kind of stores you're looking to work with. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would depend on the stores. That's too open ended. That's not really a direct question because stores is 100,000 stores. What kind of stores are you trying to get contracts with? So again, that's why I said with my box truck, we niched it down. We only do junk removal. We're not a moving company. We're not moving your furniture. We don't have time to be trying to make sure we don't mess up your wall or your bed set and all that stuff. So we don't do no kind of moving jobs. We do junk removal. If you want this couch thrown out and bounced around, that's us. We gonna take care of that, right? You want to get this old furniture, or you want to get all this stuff out your basement, all this stuff out your garage, right? We would come and do that. So that's a niche market. So you kind of got to know more of what you want to do with your truck. That's not telling me nothing. Capital is Raleigh. Yes, it is along with Raleigh. Okay. Charlotte has a lot going on though. I'm in Virginia, Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. You have to be in the military to apply for Navy Federal. You have to be in the military or someone who is sponsoring you. Pretty much that's what you're looking at. So you get sponsored to be in the military. If you're not in the military and you have a family member, a direct family member, you can't be your auntie, brother, sister, cousin no more. It's got to be your mother, your husband or your wife or your kids pretty much, or you're living in the same household with them. Now, if you have a parent or grandparent that was a veteran, you can always try to get in that way as well. But other than that, yes, you have to be sponsored into Navy Federal. So if you can't get into Navy Federal is not the end all be all. There are tons of thousands of other credit unions. Look at another credit union to get into, USAA, Penn Fed, all of those, okay? All right, YouTube, y'all don't have any other questions right now, so let me keep going with TikTok. If I have 2 accounts totaling around $8,000 in collection, can they take me to court? So technically, collection companies, yes, they will tell you that they'll take you to court. Do 90% of them take you to court? No. But I do know about 10% that will actually try to take you to court. So it really just depends on the collection and the company. Can you dispute that collection? More than likely, yes, you can. Especially if the original creditor who you paid is not in it at all, then you don't owe the collection company anything because you didn't sign an agreement with the collection company. You signed an agreement with, let's just say, Macy's. If you have a credit card with Macy's and now there's a collection company, let's just say, who's the popular one? Midland Funding is trying to collect on you. You never signed an agreement with Midland Funding. You signed an agreement with Macy's. If it's a charge off, okay, Macy's got paid for that account. So that's why legally they can't collect for you. So the collection and how it's reporting, who's it's reporting, all of that's going to matter in a nutshell. Once you get a check in the savings account with Navy Federal, how long to wait for apply for their credit card? I personally tell my clients to wait 30 to 60 days. Use the bank account. Use the Navy Federal credit bank account. Use your debit card. Put money in it. Use it like a real person because, again, they got hit really bad by the cousins. So a lot of times when you apply for, if your account is new and you applying for credit right away, sometimes you get denied. So sometimes you don't, but sometimes you do. A lot more people have been denied more than approved, especially when you applying in the first 30 days of having that account. So it's better to kind of use the account, let them see that you're a real legitimate person and you plan on using the account. But technically you can apply for their products or services once you're a member. But I'm just giving you my experience with it these last couple of years. Like Wayfair Furniture. Honestly, I can't really talk to you about that, baby, because I don't do that. So I'm not even finna really sit here and tell you what you could do with contracts and all that stuff because that's not what I do. That's not what I use my box truck for. So if you're trying to go and try to get in with Wayfair Furniture, let's see who else you saying out here. Your LLC. Okay. Yeah, so like that, I don't know. Just contact them. Wayfair got phone numbers. Contact them. Maybe talk about their vending, see if they have a division for contractors or if you can work with them to ship their items and stuff like that. But yeah, that would probably be the best way to go is to just contact each company directly and see if they have something like that they offer. Navy Federal is so popular because of the rates, because of what they offer. I mean, people with a 580 credit score can get a $10,000 credit card. Like, that's unheard of, right? So that's the thing is their lending standards are lower a lot of times. Now, they have increased that. Now, again, because I said they've been hit a lot by the cousins over these last couple of years, so they have been changing some of the stuff. But for the most part, you can pretty much get something decent, with Navy Federal as far as a credit limit, especially if you have like bad credit. So people that don't have the best credit have still been able to see some decent limits within Navy Federal. So that's part of the reason why they've been so popular. I can't tell you what the best loan to apply for with Navy Federal is. I don't know who you are, what your situation is, what your goals and aspirations are. So that's not what I do over here. I don't just randomly throw stuff out like that. I'm a tax and business strategist, so I'm very strategic with how I do credit. So that's not a question that I can answer as to what's the best loan to apply for. I have a car repossession on my credit. What should I do? You gotta dispute that car repossession, baby. Because that's killing your credit score. Anything in a repossession in the public record area is probably dropping your score 100 points. If you was able to get that repossession off of there, your score would probably shoot up 100 points. So that's how much value it is when you have stuff in public record. Public record kills your score. And that repo is going to kill you too, depending on how old it is too. If it's a recent repo, girl, your next car note payment is going to be high as heck. They're going to charge you out the wazoo with that repossession on there. How do you get sponsored by Navy Federal? I don't do all that, so I'm not here to talk to you about getting sponsored and how much it costs. We don't do that over here on my page and my channel. So we don't sponsor people in for a fee. That's not over here. Wrong page for that. Your LLC owes your house, right? Did your LLC buy your house or did you transfer the house into your LLC? So I transferred the house into my LLC. I did a quit claim deed, pretty much. So the quit claim deed, the person, my family member, they still own the house, right? It's their name is still on the mortgage, I should say. But me doing the LLC, me doing the quit claim deed, me doing the land contract, me doing the trust, all of those different steps, now that covers me and protects me, and my LLC can write off that house. So it's levels to it and it's steps to it. But in a nutshell, yes, my house is the house is not bought under the LLC. You can actually get a mortgage under a LLC with a hard money lender, or even sometimes, or even with standard banking institutions. It just takes a lot longer. But yeah, that's the way I did mine. I transfer mine over. How do you pay off apartments? Should I pay the apartment? Again, I'm not on here providing legal advice. I don't know y'all's situation, your credit, none of that stuff. As far as paying off an apartment, once again, if it's listed as a collection, that money is not going to the apartment complex. So unless you're paying the money to the original debtor, the original creditor, right? Then that's the best that I can answer that. But if it's a collection company that you're paying, you're just paying a middleman and you're wasting your money at that point. So that's how you kind of would have to do that one. You have to have a good gift to gab or a draft, the offer letter, and send it. They are their own collection agencies too. Navy Federal members, they have a 5K emergency fund loan available right now. What energies them bracelets got in it? I mean, you can see clearly protection over here, baby. That's what these bracelets got. I mean, I can only tell them so much, but they can't be on here like Patrice Stewart said. No. All right, what time is it? Oh, shoot, it's 9:21. I got to get out of here. I got to go downtown to get my food. Navy Federal pre-qualifies you. Then they recommend which card to apply for. Disputed is a natural disaster. Three times it'll drop off. Yeah. No, there is a small balance on my mortgage. So probably I don't owe more than $40,000. I'm actually getting ready to pay off that $40,000 this upcoming year and get that person all the way off of the house. Then that way I don't have to deal with them at all anymore. And the house will be completely under the LLC. So yeah, I do have a small mortgage left on the property. I did get the property out of foreclosure, so I had to pay about $40,000 to get it out of foreclosure, and then the balance after that still is about $40,000. So the investment itself was about $80,000 to be able to take over the house, and then I rehabbed the house. So then I spent about $30,000 to do that, to rehab the house. So yeah. But that's why I said I have it under my LLC, because if I would have did that personally, I would not have been able to write off that $30,000 or write off that $40,000 investment to be able to pull the property out of foreclosure. So I wouldn't have been able to write off over $70,000 if I did it personally. And so this is why I'm talking to y'all and try to teach you different levels to this game of business and real estate, but more importantly, business, because there's levels to it. And when you do it certain ways, you get better benefits from it. So that's the reason why my house is formally under an LLC, because like I said, personally, you can't do that. You can't write off paying off your house. You can't write off doing a rehab for your personal home that you're going to live in. But if it's under a company, an LLC, a real estate company or a real estate investment firm or property rehab or whatever you're going to do, right? Now you can write those things off. Now you can do that. So that's the benefit of that. How can I find out who the original creditor of my Home Depot account is. The original creditor is Home Depot. That's what I'm saying. Home Depot is the original creditor. So if you can't go and pay Home Depot, which you can't, I'm sure if you call them today, they're going to tell you to call the collection company. At that point that you know that Home Depot has been paid. Because every company, especially these major companies, they have insurance. So when you guys don't pay these bills, that's another reason why they have to do it as a charge off, because once they get paid and they're able to write it off on their profit and loss statement and report, then they cannot take that payment from you. So they sell your debt to collection companies. Then they pretty much pay pennies on a dollar, because these collection companies know, once again, most people are not informed. And if they call you and say, hey, you owe us because you owe Home Depot and we got this account and blah, 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 blah. Now you just paid the collection company $300 for nothing. They didn't have nothing to do with this. You just let a middleman come in and you just gave a middleman your money for nothing. So I'm really trying to save most of you some money, because you really don't have to be paying them collection companies if you dispute these accounts the way that you should be disputing them. What do you suggest when you have late payments? I'm doing good, but then messed up. I'm sick. Really, with a late payment, the most that you could do is call the company. If you sick, call the company and tell them, hey, I'm sick. This late payment just killed my credit score and I'm trying to buy a house next month. I need y'all to remove that late payment. That's what you got to do. No way to get a late payment off besides the company who put the late payment on there, or removing the whole account. And you don't want to remove the whole account history for one late payment. So now you have to be on time for the next 6 months, and then that late payment will not be necessarily held against you. But right now, for the next 6 months, you have to pay that bill on time for the next 6 months. But that's the best thing you got to do. It's called a company directly. All right, I got to get out of here, so y'all just gonna have to walk with me. I really can't do YouTube and TikTok. So YouTube, if y'all want to come over to TikTok tonight, we can finish there. I'm not going to have both of these phones on because I'm getting ready to drive and I can only focus on one thing at a time. So I'm Patrice L. Stewart on TikTok YouTubers. Y'all can come over there and I'll see you tomorrow.